Hey, I'm Russ Jones. Welcome back to Smoky Ribs. Today I'm going to be smoking mullet. I'm not talking about the haircut, I'm talking about Popeye mullet. It's a delicacy down here in South Mississippi, South Louisiana, all the way into the tip of Florida. They do smoked mullet. We refer to it here as Biloxi Bacon. Let's get busy. All right, before we get started with this, I just want to say that we have looked high and low for speckled trout, which come into our bayous and bays this time of the year. And man, it seems like every time I get an opportunity to go, I'm either fighting the east wind, the tides are all wrong, something has prevented it. So today we said to heck with it, let's just throw a cast net for some mullet. I'm going to show you some footage here in a second of my son actually catching these mullet. Caught most of them in one cast. Easiest fish you'll ever catch, and since he caught them, he's also going to be the one that's going to butterfly them. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Going to be doing these on a Kamado Joe, like I said earlier. Got my lump charcoal lit. What I've placed in here is 3 medium-sized to small pieces of alder wood. Fish absorb smoke really easily, so you don't want to overpower it with smoke, but alder wood goes very well with any kind of fish. So that's my choice of wood. We're going to put in the deflector plate. I'm going to close the lid, going to let this warm up to 250 degrees. At that point, I'll adjust the daisy wheel and we'll balance it out, like I said, around 250 degrees. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that I've had smoked mullet, or AKA Biloxi Bacon. This is more of the South Florida technique here. And after you season your mullet with salt and pepper, you take simply yellow prepared mustard. I don't know, we'll start with about half a cup maybe. 1/3 of a cup. That looks like enough there. That's somewhere around 1/3 it looks like. Not really important. The important thing is when you add your hot sauce, you can use any hot sauce you like. I'm using Louisiana. You want to put about 60% hot sauce, 40% mustard. So if I got 1/3 cup of mustard going in, I'm going to go probably at least a half a cup, maybe a little bit more of the hot sauce. That's looking pretty good right there. Just give all this a really good mix. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more hot sauce. Gives it an outstanding flavor mixed with the flavor of that mullet. Oh my God. All right, we're going to hold that. That's looking pretty good. All right, now as you can see, I went ahead and placed on 6 of these little fillets. These mullet are really small. Was hoping for something a little bit bigger, but hey, these small ones actually have a really good flavor. They eat well too. Just got to eat more of them. That's the trick to that. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and put on my sauce, this South Florida style sauce. Prior to doing that, I added a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of black pepper. That's it. All right, there we go. Now what I've done here is I took, these are a little bit bigger fillets. That's a pretty nice one right here. I took the Frog Bone blackening seasoning. I used to use nothing but Tony Chachery's for years and years and years on the smoked mullet, Biloxi Bacon. But since I discovered this a few years ago, that's all I'm gonna use on these, period, hands down. Really good flavor. Now all I'm gonna do with this is periodically I will baste more of this sauce on the bottom rack, and here I will start basting with butter once we get them really going good. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and shut the lid. We're gonna balance this out at 250 degrees and we're gonna let them rip. It's about time to baste these right here. All right, this meat, it's starting to dry out somewhat. You can tell, I can tell just from the texture, it's still plenty of moisture in there. You want these almost like a beef jerky. I mean, it'll never be tough like a beef jerky, but it is more on the dry side, very little moisture. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I've got some melted butter and I'm gonna baste these top ones with it. Oh yeah. I'll probably do this 2 or 3 times during this cook. All right, if you're looking, you ain't cooking, so let's close it up. We still got a long way to go. By the way, I think I've been going about almost 2 hours. So let's check on our Biloxi bacon here. Oh yeah, these bottom ones are, like I said, they're smaller. They're done. That's a pretty thick one there. He still has a ways to go. I'm just feeling of the texture of the meat. That one's got a little ways. All the top ones need to cook a little bit longer. We're gonna go ahead and get these off onto some aluminum foil. So let's close the lid, let these finish up. This is what you're looking for when it's nice and firm when you pick it up. Absolutely love these things, man. I know it's a coastal thing. A lot of people elsewhere is not really going to understand what I've done here today. But you know what? You could find you a good firm flesh fish and do basically the same thing with the same toppings I did on this. No problem. It's still going to be good. It's just something we do down here. For all you people that live in this area, coastal region, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, hey, there you go. This is perfect football food as well, because you want a good cold beer with this and just partake, man. It's excellent. All right, we're gonna come back in a little bit. We're gonna do a taste test on this other version. By the way, this is the South Florida version. Killer. Okay, so I went around another hour and these looking good. Let's fill up them. Yes, that's what you want. Look at that. They're just stiff. Look at the backside. Looks like an overdone fish, don't it? Well, take a look at this. Let's do a taste test. This is the way I've cooked them for years. This is more of the Cajun style with the Cajun seasoning and the butter. Which one's my favorite? This is really good, but I gotta be honest with you, that South Florida style with just a mustard and a hot sauce, man, that freaking rocks. This is great, no doubt about it. I hope you try both of them if you got access to these, and you let me know which one you like best. My granddaughter, come here, Destiny. She tried her very first smoked mullet earlier, and she had the one with the hot sauce and the mustard combo. What did you think about it?
It was delicious. By far the best fish I've ever had.
Oh man, I was sitting there listening to her and she was like, I'm just over here laughing. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. All right. Until next time, smoke your ribs.